Now, this is the video that I wanted to do about a year ago, almost a year ago. I did a video about utilizing and displaying basic respect for others, even if you disagree with them. Some people did take my words to heart. Unfortunately, some did not. Some still continue to make little snide remarks in the chat room and snarky comments. I experienced that earlier tonight in the MNBRT chat room. It had nothing to do with Abe, had nothing to do with Evie or their bouncer. They were fine. There were a couple of individuals, I'm not going to name them, that were being a bit disruptive and disrespectful in the chat room. And but I've run across this not just tonight. I've run across this quite a bit. And not just me, but others have also run across it in the Bigfoot field. We've run across it in Blog Talk chat rooms. We've run across it on forums. We've run across it in all kinds of different areas in this research. And I think it's rather unfortunate that we have to deal with this sort of thing. But a friend of mine made a good point earlier tonight when I was on Skype. That this person said, as long as the disrespect is continued to be allowed and to be put up with, it's going to go on. It's going to continue. Unfortunately, there's just to me, it takes the fun out of the Sasquatch research. It really does. It takes the fun out of it, as far as the aspect of disrespect. It just takes the fun out of Sasquatch research. We don't really need to live under those kinds of conditions. We don't need to be aggravated all the time by those who think they know better and think that they're clever and make little smart aleck comments and snarky comments about things that they disagree with. And really, let me tell you something. I've just decided I'm not even going to worry about saying, come on, let's be respectful, folks. Let's be respectful. You attempt to make peace, you attempt to make peace, and you get shot down. So, you know what? You want to act that way? Act that way. You want to act like a jackass? Act like a jackass. I'm done. You want to act like that? Fine. I just won't come in the chat rooms and listen live to the shows anymore, if that's what the atmosphere is going to be. I'll listen to the show in archives. That's about it. And it's not a reflection on the hosts. It's not a reflection on the people that I deal with. It's just that, I don't want to place myself in those types of situations. I don't want to get into a confrontation with somebody in somebody else's chat room and take up their valuable time to where they to take away time from them doing their show to have to deal with a problem. I just as soon listen to the shows in archives, to be quite honest. And the thing is, I get together with a group on Skype just about every night, and we are very respectful of each other. We have disagreements. Oh, certainly we have disagreements, but we don't sit there and make snide remarks to each other. We joke around with each other and make fun of each other and mock each other and things like that. But we don't make snide remarks and disrespectful comments to each other. And I wish that there were more of that in the Bigfoot field, to where people could express their opinions and say, listen, this is my opinion of something that happened. This is my experience. You can believe it or you can disbelieve it. but this is my experience of what I have come across in this field. And it doesn't matter if it's transparent Sasquatches. It doesn't matter if it's Sasquatches that are doing the song and dance, that they got the little top hats and the canes, and they're doing the overture, turn of the lights, or whatever. You know, I may not think that Sasquatch is transparent. I may not think that they do song and dances and things like that. But I'm not going to mock and ridicule somebody else who believes that. I'm not going to mock and ridicule the habituators. Well, I really don't like to call them habituators. I like to call them interacting agents. Interacting agents, that's what I like to call them. I'm not going to mock and ridicule those people just because I may disagree with them. I may have a disagreement with them, but I'm going to show them at least some basic respect. You know, I mean, obviously some people's parents didn't teach them right. Either that or they did, they just ignore them. And I'm not trying to single out anybody here. I'm just saying that I get very, very emotional about this. You know, I was accused of being a flip-flopper. I was accused of being a flip-flopper. Well, yes, if flip-flopping means that there's things that you learn about in this field, that's what it's all about. It's all about learning. It's a learning process. It's a learning curve. If I learn something new that takes me from a previous position to a position of, well, I think this is how it goes, then maybe I am a flip-flopper. But you know what? We all flip-flop, don't we? We all flip-flop. We all change positions every now and then when we learn something, when we learn about something. We don't just stay in the same thought process all the time. Because if we do, we're going to be stagnating. We're going to be stagnant. We're going to be complacent. We're just going to be sitting, spinning our wheels, as Renee Hendon once said. Instead of moving forward and actually learning something, and actually having experiences, and learning things. Isn't that what Sasquatch research is all about? Learning? You know, I didn't think it was about to. I didn't think Sasquatch research was about declaring, yes, I know it all about Sasquatch. Or because I'm in such an elevated position, I'm going to mock others and ridicule others for their opinions, for their experiences. That to me is wrong. But if that's how you want to act that way. I don't care. Not going to affect my life one way or the other. If people want to act like snarky jackasses, let them. Not going to bother me. I just won't go where they are. That's all there is to it. I won't be where they are, if that's the way it's going to be. But anyway, I guess that's just my 2 cents on this whole issue. In my opinion, it does us no good to mock and ridicule each other. Certainly, you can disagree. I don't have an issue with disagreements at all. You can disagree with somebody all you want, but let's show some basic respect. And say, listen, I disagree with you. You have your opinions, I have mine. And that's the way the ball bounces. But to have this mockery and this ridicule and make little snide comments, that's uncalled for. That's absolutely uncalled for, and I won't be a part of it. I will not be a part of that kind of thinking and that kind of thought process. I won't be a part of that. And I would hope that a lot of others won't be a part of that either. But I just think that I think that basic disrespect, excuse me, basic respect is called for in this field. Is it a lost art? Is it a dying art? It seems to be in some cases, and that's unfortunate.